Hi guys, good day to everyone on my Facebook page. I am here today to speak about my weight loss journey, how weight loss is not only a journey but it is a lifestyle. 3 years ago, I struggled to lose weight. I have been into fitness journey for the past 10 years. I joined the gym in the year 2017. At the time then, my started weight was 212 pounds. At that time, I lost a significantly amount of weight, which allowed me to reach approximately 179 pounds. Then I started to do lifting from mild, moderate, and heavy. I started to gain muscles. So over the years, as I continue into fitness, I would have been doing intermittent fasting. I would have been eating off and on in a calorie deficit, consuming vegetables, consuming the healthy fat like omega-3 from salmon, sardine, tuna, avocado. And what would have happened if my weight would have been fluctuating up, I would have right away go on a diet again and I would have immediately dropped the weight. However, 3 years ago, it was not like that. What had happened was the routine which I used from the beginning and I used for those years did not work. So at that time, when I went back on my weight loss journey 3 years ago, I gave up. And what had happened was my weight increased more. And then I went, for the first time, 229 pounds. At that time, I had a significantly amount of fat protruding under my neck, protruding fat on my stomach, whereas my stomach felt so uncomfortable. I was very much obese. At the time I decided to go to my doctor, I got my labs done. I disclosed to my doctor that I'm struggling to lose weight. At the time, my doctor advised me and also prescribed a weight loss medication. Then I was advised by someone who is an RN to not to take the weight loss medication. It has a lot of side effects. And at the time, that individual advised me to lose the weight naturally, which I've been doing over the past few years. So that's what I did. The only difference that I did in the routines, I increased my steps in walking. So what I did, I used the same routines which I used over the years, but I tweak it a bit by adding 3 to 8 miles in walking daily or every other day. And then I started to see the scale in the weight dropping, decreasing. Then my body started to recome, because not only I'm walking 3 to 8 miles, but I'm also lifting weights, continuity of lifting weights. Now, a lot of factors contributed to me experiencing not losing weight like I used to. I crossed over the age of 40. I'm dealing with a slower metabolism. Then when I explained that under my neck had an extension of fat, that is called the submental fat, which is made up of subcutaneous, is also a bit of genetics, it's also a bit of hormonal fat, estrogen, right? And also I explained about the protruding of my stomach, the visceral fat that lies beneath the stomach. And what happens, that is one of the most dangerous fat that lies beneath the stomach, because it is insulin resistant. And what happens if that fat stays there, it can cause anyone to be susceptible in being diagnosed with diabetes or cardiovascular diseases. In order to get rid of that visceral fat that lies beneath the stomach, you need to do diet and exercise, just as what I did. That allowed me to have a reduced stomach. Instead of protruding, but my stomach is reduced in fat. Under my neck, the fat has been reduced. Diet and exercise. It is very much important as we collectively get older to take care of our bodies collectively. It is advisable. Walking is essential. Exercise, some form of exercise, is essential and very much important for the body. Yes, we can consume fast foods, but not every single day. But incorporating fruits and vegetables within your diet can allow you to have a sustainable lifestyle, of a healthy lifestyle. Implication needs to be implemented. Walking, if you cannot afford to join the gym, you can walk within your community. You can eat fruits and vegetables, which are very much rich in nutrients. You can still consume carbs, because the carbs is vital for the body. It fuels in energy. There are the healthy carbs, sweet potatoes. You can consume protein. We have rich proteins, the omega-3, salmon. You can consume turkey, chicken. Protein is most important for the body, especially when you're lifting. It helps for the muscles, neutralizes the muscles. And when you're lifting, you need to eat protein. Not too much protein, but eating protein in moderation. So I'm here today, 21 pounds. Last year, within approximately 10 months ago, I decided to go back on a weight loss journey. This time, I tweaked the routines which I did over the years. Instead of doing the regular routines, I tweak it. So then I'm walking 3 to 8 miles. The scale, I'm seeing a reduction in my weight. In addition to that, I'm eating in a calorie deficit. And as of today, I've lost 21 pounds. But the journey never stops. It's a never-ending journey. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. Weight loss is not only to lose the weight and reach the goal target weight, but it becomes a lifestyle. So weight loss for me is no longer just a journey, but it is a lifestyle. So what I do, I still do intermittent fasting. I don't deprive myself of the foods that I desire to eat. What happens? I eat the foods that I desire to eat, and I still incorporate fruits and vegetables within my diet. Not every single day I eat unhealthy foods. Not every single day I go on a fasting. Fasting is healthy for the body. Stabilize a healthy blood sugar. A lot of things happen with the body. When you're hungry, ghrelin goes up. And that is called, some people call it the hunger hormone. Ghrelin. And then when you eat, ghrelin goes down. Insulin also plays a part in weight loss. You heard me talking about having that visceral fat that lies beneath the stomach. It causes insulin resistant. When I say insulin resistant, means it is resistant against insulin, and that can cause a rise in your insulin. Insulin uses within the body, plays a very much important role, and it secretes from the pancreas. So therefore you need to have a functional pancreas within your body. Then we have lipids. Lipids is fuel. What lipids does, it is fuel. It's also a form of fat, but the body needs fat. The body needs energy. And I know a lot of people who are trainers, they will say, stay away from carbs. But the body needs carbs for energy. A lot of things happens when you're on a weight loss journey. Some people realize when they go to the gym and they lift. Also, when they go on the scale, the next day, their weight might go up 1 to 3 pounds. A lot of things is happening there and then. Sometimes what happens, because the muscles has been sore, sometimes you may not feel the soreness. Water is stored in the muscles in the form of glycogen, and that causes the scale to go up 1 to 3 or 1 to 2 pounds. But what happens once the muscles has been recovered, that water that was in the muscles or stayed in the muscles temporarily in a form of retention, once the muscles has been recovered, the water in the form of glycogen releases. And then, of course, when you step on the scale, 1 or 2 days after, you see your weight is back to normal, or you lose weight. A lot of things happen when you're on a weight loss journey. And a lot of people throw in the towel, but you got to hang in there. Okay? Results, if you work out, you start your weight loss journey, you may not see results on the first month, the second month. It is a process. You need to lose the weight slowly, not fast. If you lose weight fast, the same speed you lose the weight is the same speed you're going to gain back the weight. Okay? Losing weight is a process. You need to have patience. You need to have patience. Okay? It is your body. Right? Once you start a weight loss journey, you're going to feel hungry. The ghrelin hormones is going to be activated. But of course, you have to reduce portion sizes, and you do it slowly. If you want to start doing intermittent fasting, you don't go right away and do 16 or 24 hours. You start off doing 10 hours and 14 hours. Intermittent fasting is very much healthy for your body. Eating in a calorie deficit, consuming a small portion of calories which allow the body to have no other choice but to burn that fat. No other choice. So the body is burning the fat cohesively. So As of today, I am down 21 pounds. I am under maintenance. As I continue my pathway, it's not only a weight loss journey, but it's also a lifestyle. As I get older, of course, I have to be conscientious of the foods that I eat. Not to say I'm going to stay away from eating the foods that I love, the cuisines within my country of birth, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm still going to eat and consume those foods, but not every single day. And then some days I will eat in a calorie deficit. And then some days I will eat fruits and vegetables, incorporating carbs within my diet daily, incorporating the healthy fat. There are healthy fat: avocado, salmon, and walking. So right now, this morning, I'm going to walk approximately, I may walk 4 to 5 miles today. Yesterday, I did the gym. I will be going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week, lifting from my moderate. Then I walk. Every single day I walk. And that is how you maintain your body. So yeah. Okay, so I am very much happy and I'm thankful that I was able to lose weight. Being at the age of 44 years old, it is not easy to lose weight and to maintain my physique. But because I was able to reprogram my mind and understand that I'm dealing with a slower metabolism, being over the age of 40. I have to put in the work, meaning I have to walk. I also have to be conscientious of the foods that I eat as I get older, because the body can be susceptible to getting or being diagnosed with chronic diseases. So therefore, as you get older, you have to be conscientious of the foods that you eat. As I told you guys earlier, the visceral fat, you have a huge stomach, the visceral fat lies beneath there. Cortisol causes elevation of stomach fat. Cortisol comes from stress. Your nervous system is elevated. And older people, any form of stress can cause an elevated cortisol. So what you want your stress levels to be stabilized. And how do you do that? You keep yourself preoccupied, you read, do things to help yourself be relaxed, stabilize. Homeostasis, stabilize. Not being in a flight mode. Walk, read. For me, I love learning different languages. I read, I walk. Meditation is also healthy, praying. Do things to stabilize your cortisol, because that contributes in also making you have a huge stomach. The neck fat, it comes from the submental fat, which three contributors: subcutaneous, genetics, hormones, estrogen for women, testosterone for men. The fat in the back, the fat on the leg, subcutaneous fat. Okay? Try. I mean, it's not easy. But hear what? If I was able to lose weight, so can you. Get up, get and get fit. That's my advice to you. Okay? Get up, get and get fit. And just remember that it's not all about reaching your target weight, but it's reprogramming your mind and understanding that weight loss is not only a journey, but it is a lifestyle. And it's not just reaching or losing 60 to 20 pounds, but understanding that you have to allow that mindset of knowing that I have to be always conscientious of the foods that I eat, because it will have a negative effect on my body. If you're consuming fast foods daily, you can get elevated cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. You can be diagnosed, susceptible in being diagnosed with chronic diseases. And the only how you fix, if you're already diagnosed, you can, of course, you need to take your medication as the doctor prescribed, but also eating in a balanced diet, incorporating working out routines within your diet. Walking is very much essential for life. So right now I'm going to walk. I'm not going to record any workout videos today. When I go walk, that is my time to relax, my time to be at peace when I'm walking. I put on my headphones and I listen to music. Sometimes I listen to the news, but it's my time to relax. I listen to different podcasts. Find a place in your daily life to relax. You can't keep going. Okay? So get up, and get fit. I am Melissa. If I can get fit and lose weight, so can you. Bye.